What's up guys, it's Average Joel, making average content for the average viewer, and today I've got something that I really want to talk about that I've just spotted on Twitter this morning, and it's lucky that it has come to light really, because I was going to make a video about the Season 1 midway update, but considering that its content is about as shallow as a fleshlight from Wish, I guess there isn't really much that I have to cover, especially when you consider that the best entries in this update were in fact a pair of swords for a playstyle that I don't play, a new map for a game mode that I couldn't care less about, and to be honest, from what I've seen, the thing that people seem to like about it the most is the fact that it looks a lot like a dead battle royale mode that died like 3 years ago. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really here for that. However, what I do want to talk about is yet another super shady example of the shit that Activision are doing. Like seriously, if they were any more shady, SBMM would have to sit the fuck down. Now, this all comes from a post from the SBMM Warzone Twitter account. If you remember in my last video, I told you about a website called SBMMwarzone.com whereby you can track all of your previous matches in Warzone that you have been in, and it will have given them a rank based on the average kill death ratio of all of the squads within that game. So that meant that if you won a game, you could then look and see if you were handed a pity match and you won against noobs, or if you're actually a god and won against some top tier players in a Diamond 1 match. Now, just to be clear, if you have a skill-based matchmaking system within your game, you shouldn't have to rely on a third-party software that's going to track this for you. This should be inbuilt in the game so that we all know how well we're doing. Warzone in particular is a game where if you win, you should feel a massive triumph. But when you actually look at this and you get that win and then you look and you see, fucking hell, it's a bronze match that I won, it makes you feel deflated. And so it should, because you're not really pushing yourself and being the best out of a great deal of people. The game has handed you this on a plate and has shown pity on you. Now, these guys tweeted today, and I'll read it to you now. A dark day for transparency. Activision changed its API so that we can't pull players' profiles or matches. Did SBMM exploiters just win? So essentially, what Activision has done is made it so that this company can no longer pull the stats of players and therefore rank them into games like this. It means that Activision has made it impossible once again to see where you stand in the social rankings. Now obviously they have done this for a reason. They have done this so that people who are shit at the game, people who are not good at the game, can still win and not have to look at this COD tracker and get shat on again when they find out that they were just in a bronze lobby, right? And that's fair enough. But if we take a step back and realize that if skill-based matchmaking wasn't even in Warzone in the first place, then, well, they wouldn't have to do that because it would always be against a random amount of people, which you can still win against, by the way, even if you're rubbish, because of the nature and the RNG of Warzone. But let's leave that behind us. If we look at what this software did, it was not breaking any rules. It was simply giving people who wanted to know the option to see the style and the games that they were playing, right? They were seeing the people and the types of people that they were playing against. But now Activision has stripped that away from us. But let's look at the bigger picture here. The bigger picture is that they have just handed all of the SBMM exploiters, all of the people using the method that I used in the last video, the people that have been using the VPNs, the net doomers, the people who are throwing games to get into easier lobbies, they have just handed this to them on a plate. In my last video, I talked about how all of the Warzone tournaments are essentially flawed from this point. Because we can now see what sort of lobbies we get into, it means that people will only choose the easier lobbies to get their kill races, so they can get the highest amount of kills and win a huge amount of money. Now, what this software did is somewhat alleviate this issue, because it meant that you would be able to go back and track all of the participants in a tournament and see where they ranked and see what sort of lobbies they played in. So if one squad was in a diamond lobby and they only got 20 kills, and another squad was in a bronze lobby but they dropped 80 kills, you could see that it wasn't really a fair result. Now, by Activision changing their API so that this is no longer available to them, what this means is that it can be fluked and it can be exploited once again. It means that we can no longer trust what we see. The thing is, when there was this software available, there had to be a lot more transparency. There had to be, because it meant that when you saw a new record or a new streamer do something amazing, or you saw a YouTuber pull off this crazy high kill game, you could actually go back and check and validate that for yourself. And if they were in a gold plus lobby, then it's probably easy to say that yes, they are a very skilled player. But what it does mean is that when people are trying to act like they're some sort of Call of Duty Warzone god, then you can in fact go back and track that and see if they're bullshitting you or not. Now that Activision has done this, once again, we are left in the dark with only speculation and rumours. There is no way that we can prove if people are cheating anymore because they have taken away the one tool that we had. A tool, by the way, that should be given to us in the first place. Look, I'm completely fine with a skill-based matchmaking system if we have a rank attached to it, and I have always said that. And in fact, I think that it would make Call of Duty Warzone a hell of a lot more enjoyable if we had this in place. Because right now, I have people telling me that I'm a YouTuber, so I should have X amount of wins, when they have 20 wins that they're super proud of, when I know for a fact that they're shitters, that they play like they've got one fucking finger, and that they're not very good at video games. But that's fine, and that's fine. But the thing is when they get all arsey with me and say, oh, I'm better than you, there's no way that I can prove that they're wrong. Not that I really would want to anyway, but you get my point. The point is that everyone thinks that they're some sort of god because the game is manipulating them to feel like that. The game only puts you into games that you can win when it feels sorry for you because you've had a shit run of it the past few games. The only reason that this whole system is implemented, and I've said it once and I'll say it again, is to make sure that our attention stays with this game and doesn't go and play something else. That is the only reason, because they want you to buy that fucking skin with the anime girl with the big tits. Yeah, wow, brilliant. That's the only reason they use it. They're not using it for competition, and they're not using it for fair game. But the problem is, the people that wanted to see how they were doing, the people that want to see how they improve, have had that taken away from them now. Now, if you win a game, you're just left back thinking, well, did I really win it? Or did they hand it to me on a silver platter because they felt sorry for me? And that is just bullshit. So actually, we do have some good news on this topic. We have been told that League Play is coming by the 4th of January, which is honestly big news. And for me especially, I really think that it could actually make Cold War enjoyable again. I don't think that they'll be bringing some sort of League Play to Warzone, even though that would be amazing there too. But at least in 6v6, if we're gonna play super sweaty matches, and we're gonna have to sweat our asses off every single game and get punished by skill-based matchmaking, at least now we will have some actual tangible results to show for it. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say on this topic today. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and a thumbs up, and if you're brand new here, then subscribing always helps me out a load. If you've watched this channel for a while, you'll know that I love to see who sticks around until the end. So if you're still here, I'd like you to let me know by answering this question down in the comments. Do you think we should be able to see our skill rank across the board in all Call of Duty games? Anyway, that's it from me today. I'm Average Joel. Peace.